Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first, and I have a fairly balanced rack, not a great one, a little bit vowel heavy, and a pity that one of the E's wasn't an A. I would have had Hecate and Teachy, but that's not to be. So, what about I was thinking of each here for 18. I can't seem to see a... what about ethic? It does take a few extensions, but I'll deal with that later. Now, vowel heavy again, but not terrible. I should be able to resolve the rack. Woozer is good. Reso. Oa. What about woozier? Doesn't quite reach the double-double. What about an ISO word? No, nothing there either. What about O there? Oh, opponents scored 36 for Fraser. Given me the perfect spot. For Cower, look at that. That's got to be the play for 38. I'll just have one last look at this R in case, and the T, in case there is an 8-letter word I can form. I have the rote component, W-R-O-T-E. No, not seeing it. I'm going with cower. The other option would be woe, 29. Cower definitely better for 38. Not a good pickup. I've duplicated E and N, and I still can't seem to manually move the tiles around, which is somewhat irksome. Not seeing a 7, close to Genoise. Enog is good, but that doesn't play well. Maybe Enogs and Ethics. 29. Yeah, that's about as good as I was gonna get. Acetone, so I do have a bingo here. And it plays above and below the E of ethics. That could easily be blocked, and it is. That is annoying. Wow. Now yawn is an option for the hook, so acetone does still play. $71. Not a bad pickup. Oblige, making the blank an E. and no doubt other bingos here as well. So I've got oblige with an S at the end, obliges, but that would be, well, it's blocked anyway. So now it's going to be a little bit trickier, but pretty sure there's still bingos here, especially looking at this A. Also bingos ending in T, none that I can see here. Obligate is an option as well. That would leave an E in the trip lane, not ideal. What about a bingo ending in A? Or maybe IC? Not seeing one. I'm going with obligate. For 70. Not a good pickup. I'm wondering about Darko, as in Donnie Darko, as a movie from the 80s, but okay, that's taken anyway. Now this has been left alone, opponent bingos, but I think I've got some decent options here, even though I've only got the one vowel. So Drake is an option for 45. What about plays through the E beginning with a K or a V? Kevlar. 54. Kevlar's a brand name, so it cannot be used. Okay, I think I will go with Drake because it's a decent score and it gets rid of the K. 45 points. I draw the X. I have Vax on my rack and X in the top right. I also have Tax in the top left here for a handsome score. Opponent scores well with Jabot. That's a bingo score. Looking at other X hotspots. I do also have X here. 52, not a great rack leave, and easy score for opponent if he has an O or a Y. So do I go for the extra score or do I play tighter for 42? Now this gives an easy score back to opponent should he hold an I or an E, which he probably does. I'm actually going to go for the other play, the 52 pointer. Yeah. Now Vitat is good as well. Pity I don't have an E for Ixtal. I'm going with Axe for 52. still okay. I've still got the 2 T's. I've got pivot and nat. This spot likely to be snapped up, but if not, that's an option. Pivot. What other options are there here? I have VoIP on the rack. That plays alongside Eta Aereo. That's not a bad play. It frustrates the floaters for opponent to utilize as bingo tiles. Hotspot here at 10B. Ihram, nice score by opponent. I will go for VoIP. 28. Okay, I now have duplicate L as well as duplicate T, so unideal to say the least. Iron is good. Job takes an E. Which vowels can I play through? Pav, Pal. I have AL here. It's pretty weak. The rack leaves shocking, so that's not going to happen. Utu takes a T. Lant. Vant. Lant. One blank still unseen. All the heavyweights have been played, so that blank will be crucial at the end, I'd say. Yawn takes a Y, so this could be a 60-point play at the bottom if the right tiles are used. And it actually is still a bingo lane, so that needs to also be addressed. Opponents created another bingo lane, interesting. Now, just to balance the rack, I could play valet here. Scores next to nothing and doesn't address the bingo danger. I could play plant. Now what this does is it takes out the yawny play across there, but it also kills a bingo lane. I'm going with this. Not a good pickup, just the one vowel, even though consonants and vowels are fairly balanced. Pav is good, and so is Sav. So this will be a good score, 34 points. And Demilune, wow, nice bingo by opponent. He scores well there. Just looking at extensions for plant, I can see planting, yeah. This could be a very close finish to the game. Do I play Savs or do I play Sav? I think I keep the S. There are 5 vowels to come. I'm bound to pick up one, surely. 5 in the bag. I draw 3, and then opponent likely to draw the last 2. So hopefully I draw a vowel. One last look around the board. Yeah. Okay, that's not a bad pickup. Opponent doesn't have planting, but he might have another extension. Now, do I have a bingo through the D? I don't think so. And is there a bingo onto the D for opponent? Not that I can see. Now I've got Dons for 25. I suspect there will be a better play. Dents, for example, for 27. I only have a slender lead. And opponent's also got the D hook. Oh, he's played died. I'm surprised he didn't play a word down here like D-E-Y maybe. Yeah, that's peculiar to me. Anyway, dents for 27 should do the trick. And opponent has some options, I guess, with the S and the F. I'm not sure the best spot for his F. Ah, here. But not possible to get it to play twice. Now he's got ref. Ared takes another E. He doesn't have one of those. Opponent plays flags. Now I have LO to go out with, and this spot looks as good as any. Oh no, top right. That's 16 and this would be 3. Yeah, that wouldn't be as much, so low for 16. And that's the end of the game, 448 to 407. Thank my opponent for the game. Now let's see what we missed. Okay, back to the beginning. Techie. That would have been slightly better, but ethics scored more, but techie slightly better rack leave, not much in it. So still happy there. Ethicize. Wow, that just shows the danger of the ethic play because there were quite a few extensions. Well, he didn't spot it luckily, so Friser for 36 looks fine. Now woos I did mention. But I didn't think to play it underneath Friser. Wow, that would have been the play 100%. But look at Cower, it's a similar equity, even though it's 5 points fewer, slightly better rack leave. Yeah, makes sense. So still happy with Cower. And woos would have given back score anyway with W straight onto the trip, whereas Cower kept it tighter. Opponent scores well with yaw, and then Enogs for 29, Nose for 29, similar equities, so happy with that. Utu for 5, but Etui for 16, but not as good a rack leave. So opponent plays Utu, and then I've got acetone for 71, making yawn. Chin for 25 comes down. Obligate, the only playable bingo from this rack on this board. And then Eta Aereo slotted in nicely alongside Obligate. Talked for 48. Oh yeah, talked. Retaining the V. Velt, yeah. So I played... Oh, locked would have been nice as well. Lekvar, same letters as Kevlar, but... yeah, Lekvar would have been nice too. Anyway, I went with Drake for 45, which still scored well, and took out the hotness of that E floating there. Jabot for 64 was huge. And then now scores are, yeah, just 40 between us. Axe for 52, I preferred to Tix for reasons previously. Oh, I was thinking of Tax, but Tix actually is the play, because then opponent can't play to the left of TI, because nothing goes to the left of it. So Tix, yeah, that's what I should have done, even though it was 10 points less. Yeah, surprised I overlooked Tix. Anyway, Thame for 40. Ikram for 38, and then VoIP for 28. Volt suggested at 6F. Volt, okay, that's not bad. Good rack leave, PIT. VoIP, the reason I wanted to play VoIP is that I had identified the blank as being unplayed. Opponent was about a bingo behind, and these were the most useful floaters on the board. So by playing VoIP, I took out 1, 2, 3, 4 floaters, which I thought strategically definitely outweighs the advantages of playing Volt just to get some rack balance. So Volt would have taken out 2 of the floaters. VoIP took out all 4. And now opponent, well, as it happens, he did have the blank, so he might well have had a bingo there, but he didn't have one at this stage. Tip for 15 looks fine, and I thought time to block lanes. So the P very useful at the bottom, because opponent now has the blank, and I had to assume he was chasing the bingo. And Yawny, that was a bingo-y score anyway, even if he just burnt his blank and played something like, I don't know, Yam, I don't know, I can't even think now, but there would be a 5-letter play beginning with a Y using his blank. So I went with Plant, and I think it made sense. Looking at the P, I wonder if he would have had impugned, but not impudent. I don't know if he would have had a bingo from the P, but possibly. Anyway, I still think it was the right thing to do. Opponent had Demilune for 85, but undimmed for 92, an extra 7. That might have been very interesting if he got the extra 7 points. But he goes with Demilune. Now he would have been on 384, giving him a 17-point lead. But yeah, so Sav comes down for 34, and it was best to hold on to the S. Now, this is where it got pretty interesting. FY for 28 with a great rack leave. I2 is up here, so FY leaving DEGIS. Just wonder if opponent... But he picks up 2 tiles anyway from that bag. So he's got 7 on his rack after he plays FY. And he has a shot at a bingo, I guess, with that D at the top, if he gets rid of FY. Interesting. He went with died. I just wanted to look at... this was the play here. Defied... where's I2? Oh, M11. Yeah, D5 there. So 29 would have put him on 406. But then he does pick up 2 tiles to accompany his GIS, and I don't know what they would have been, but anyway, it would have been closer, I think, than died. Now Stone dents for 27, but Stone at F5. STO. After mentioning that Job took the E, I didn't even come back to that train of thought. So Stone and Stend at M10. That's nice as well. Stend. Use Arat, R-E and Stend. But Stone definitely the play. Flegs comes down for 19. Sif for 30 still wouldn't have been enough. But yeah. F9, where was that? There. Yep, so opponent plays flags and low was the best. And that was the end of the game. So pretty interesting one. Nice play of Demi-Lune. And yeah, 1 or 2 misses as usual. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I'll see you next time.